In 1986, the security police were notching up so-called anti-terrorism successes all over the country. But in the Western Cape, their record was poor, and this man, Captain Rian Bellingen, was dispatched from the Special Counter-Terrorism Unit at Vlakplaas to help Cape Town security police improve their intelligence gathering network and their counter-terrorism strategies.
Die Kaapstad veiligheidspolisie het nie inligting op die tafel gehad nie. Hulle het adresse gehad, daar was nie 'n stukkie inligting. Die Vlakplaas het Kaapstad op die kaart gesit nie.
He was accompanied to Cape Town by this Vlakplaas colleague, Constable Tapelo Mbello, and 2 askaris. Shortly after their arrival in Cape Town, their first high-profile operation in collaboration with Cape Town security police took place, the killing of the Gugulethu Seven. This week they applied for amnesty for those killings. There are different versions of what happened there that day. The police say they wanted to arrest the cadres, but that things went wrong and they had to shoot them in self-defense. The family says the cadres were ambushed and executed. We are here now with the Amnesty Committee of the Truth Commission to try and figure out what happened that day. Because the problem facing the Truth Commission is that they have to make sense of conflicting versions coming from different policemen.
While I was running in the direction of the crossing, I came near a combi, and one of the so-called people identified by the Askaris, these freedom fighters, it seemed as if he was throwing a hand grenade in my direction, and then I shot him from near, and he fell down. What precisely happened there, I can't remember. At that stage, I thought my life was in danger. It's a bit awkward, but just give us the details. When you shot this man, what did you see? Where did you shoot him? I shot him on the side of his head. That is what I gathered from the inquest. There was blood spouting out on the tar road, and there was a lot of blood coming from his head.
He shot twice. He first dragged him out, then he shot him.
Mr. Chairman, I deny. I did not drag him from the vehicle. I deny his allegations.
A man approached us raising his arms, and he was talking in Xhosa, saying that he'll take us to where the rest of the group is. One sergeant from the riot unit, he was a white sergeant, said, I should shoot this man. And before I shot this man, as he was raising his arms, I saw his firearm, and therefore we disarmed him. The white sergeant, I told him that this man was going to take us to where the rest of the team is, but he just said, I must shoot him. I shot him whilst he was lying on his back. I shot him in the head. Thereafter, this sergeant told me that I should shoot, and he shot him in his stomach with the R1 rifle while still lying on his back.
Could you please show us his arms? The applicant stood up holding his arms raised in the manner traditionally assumed when wishing to surrender, the hands up position.
And is it correct that that this person who approached you at no time attempted to shoot you?
He never tried to shoot us or even to reach for his firearm.
But beyond the gruesome admissions to the fatal shots that each fired, Bellingen and Mbello's testimonies differ dramatically as to the wider circumstances.
I knew that it would be impossible to arrest armed men. I knew that these men were going to shoot. because the words that were used there is that they should be eliminated.
What other words were used?
Correct. To be taken out.
What other words were used?
To be swept.
They had to be swept.
Sweep. Now, according to your knowledge, what do these words mean?
It means killing.
Mbello at times contradicted Bellingen's version that the shooting took place only when the plans to arrest went wrong and the police came under threat. He seemed to confirm the allegation that a deliberate ambush had been laid with a clear aim of killing the ANC cell.
So is it correct then that your mission clearly was that you should go out there and that you should kill the freedom fighters?
According to the situation, yes, it was so.
Bearing in mind what is, in our opinion, or in the opinion of the families, a poor attempt to arrest these individuals, and bearing in mind that in the opinion of the families, you had set out to counter-ambush these individuals, it would appear that you in fact succeeded in doing so. What do you say about that?
After we set up the original ambush for them, we then withdrew from the operation. Thereafter, they shot at us first, they attacked us. And we were simply just a lot more successful in actually countering this attack. That's the way I see it.
That's one perspective. The other perspective is that these individuals were simply unaware of the fact that you were going to launch this attack on them. What do you say about that?
I can't comment on that.
Bellingen admitted under cross-examination that he could have given the order to shoot to kill, but denied that it was a carefully planned ambush. He says the Guguletu operation was the kind of operation that the police would carry out to preempt a bank robbery.
My personal feeling was almost that it was a situation similar to having to foil a bank robbery. If you know that the people are armed, and the situation in the Black Townships was ungovernable at the time, I was of the opinion that this was not going to be a Sunday school picnic and that we would be shot at and we would not allow a single policeman to be killed that morning. So I might have said to my juniors, look, we are going to actually shoot them dead if they should raise their weapons and aim it at us, because I didn't want to have a sort of a Trojan horse situation to the detriment of innocent people. We would have shot them dead. And this group consisted of about 20 policemen, people with counterinsurgency training. That's correct. And I approached people who had fought in the Rhodesian Bush War and perhaps also in Namibia and who'd been in a task force there. I didn't go there with a group of administrative staff. I used people who had experience of thinking on their feet and people who would know how to deal with the situation on the ground.
A strange twist in the horrible tale of the Guguletu Seven is that of a video that police were compiling for the then state president P.W. Botha. The video was designed to illustrate Cape Town's new success in counter-terrorism. Serious questions were asked about why the video crew was on standby to film the aftermath of the Guguletu shooting if the plan was a simple operation to arrest.
The situation in Cape Town was such that the video unit was always present at scenes of unrest.
But the Commission also wanted to know about responsibility. Bellingen took responsibility for the orders he gave, although exactly what the nature of those orders were is still not clear.
You must then accept the responsibility for the deaths of all 7 individuals if your juniors in fact acted upon your instructions?
Nee, voorsitter, meneer Williams is 100% correct.
Mr. Williams is 100% correct. I, Rian Bellingham, who was a sergeant at that time, take full responsibility for everybody who cooperated with me, the Askaris, Mbelo, and also responsibility for those seniors who today are saying there was nothing wrong, they did not know me. Today, I accept full responsibility for this whole operation.
I want to put it to you, Mr. Mbelo, that you have tried to hide behind orders and circumstances to justify your conduct.
The main reason that I have come before this commission is to tell this committee as to what I know about this shooting and the part that I took, because the nation at large doesn't know about what we were doing at that time. And I have come here prepared to face the music of whatever I've done in the past.
Beyond the contradictory accounts and the spine-chilling facts, both Mbelo and Bellingham gave an insight into the emotional effects and anger they feel now about the operation then.
After what has been done to a person, for what we've gone through everything, for we've given everything for a country and a political party. We came from Christian homes, and then what happened to us afterwards when the generals and the ministers did not support us, and I decided never again will I be interested in politics again, and I'm educating my children also in that respect.
In the old apartheid regime, when they called you a very good cop, you're a cop who takes orders and execute them without asking questions, then you're a good cop.
You had obviously heard of your colleagues at Vlakplaas who were involved in killing people as well?
Yes, that came to my attention also.
How did that advance the cause?
I don't think it advanced any certain cause so far, because all what they did, they even killed their own people to silence them. So I didn't think that it advanced anything. I was not scared that I was becoming a bad cop. I was only scared that if I don't do it himself, because there was too much shooting, I could have got shot myself also. Then they could have said I was shot by one of the guerrillas on the scene.
But the worst emotional turmoil was felt by the families of the 7 Guguletu victims. This was their third date with the truth. A real raw confrontation between Tapelo Mbelo and those who had lost loved ones did take place, but in a deserted hearing hall after the hearing was over.
Ndayazi ndizawucela ixolo, abanye bazondixolela, abanye ngeke bandixolele. Ndayazi ndizawufa nam ndinaloo nto yokuba nyani ke ndayenza ububi nam apha emhlabeni. Into ebendicelayo bengisithi abazali bonke baba labantwana bebephaya la mina, ndixola uxolo ukusuka ngaphakathi kwenhliziyo yami.
Ndiva buhlungu uba ke bingumntana ebendiphangelela ke la mntana. Binguyena mntana ozemva kwentombi leya ibilila apha. Uyile kubo wababona. Kwaphakathi kuwe uyayazi loo nto uba ndizongcothoza apha. Igazeli lakho alithethi uba kanene ngabantakwethu aba. Ndithunywa ngaba bamhlophe.
Mama kwangoku siyandetha.
Ngoku yena ewe uthi xa ithetha phaya ufostiwe makayenze yonke laa nto otherwise ebengafuna uyenza utshilo laa nto mandiveka kuhleli ufostiwe kuba esemthethweni wafanele uba makayenze laa nto. Ngoku kuyenzeka ubrother wabo njengokhayeni ebulala uAbheli ubrother wakhe.
Wena sibuhlungu ngawe right enough uyayixela into yoba yayisystem ekunyani ke yayiyo yayiphusha at the back uba mawenze le nto and nawe ukhusela ubomi bakho njengoba usitsho. Kodwa thina sikwazi ukuxolela phofu mna icala lam ubrother wam bangayingoyena brother thina ekhaya sibayi-4 mantombazana uyeyedwa inkwembe kodwa wena ukwazi ukuba mawuthengise ngayo andikwazi ukuxolela ngoba ntoni uthetha le uthethe le awunanyani
ndiyaqonda ukuthi uthaphela ndithi ngumthandazo yintoni uthaphela ilo gama yabona ndiyaqonda igama lakho ndani noma ndizathi ulilandela noba kulilandelangani mna njengoba ndingumama kaChristopher nje ndiyakuxolela mntanam kuba ke ndiyaqonda uba uyintanga inye noChristopher ngumntana kum ndiyakuxolela mntanam kuba ke unobanga ndithi ndiyakuxolela umntana makasoba savuka soba phinda avuke akuncedi noma kusokuthiwa ndisibambile isilonda sakho ndakufana so Thixo uyondigweba ngaloo nto kuba kuthiwa abaxolele abasonayo njengoba nathi sibaxolela apha
hayi bayandihamba kwakunzima kuye
I'm willing to forgive you, my friend, but speak the truth. I'm willing to forgive you. I'm really, really willing.
This amnesty hearing will continue at a later date when the Askari who infiltrated the Guguletu Seven cell, Jimmy Mbane, will testify. But it is interesting to note that the Cape security policemen, like Dolf Odendaal and Willem Liebenberg, have not applied for amnesty. One wonders if they will be prosecuted for their role in the killings. That decision would be up to the Attorney General.